Hi everyone. So the consent form that I chose is through a mental health facility here in Michigan, my state. It's called the Clinton Counseling Center. The initial reaction that I had when I reviewed the form was pretty positive. I thought it wasn't overwhelming, it wasn't confusing, even though it provided lots of detail and lots of information for what the counseling center has and what they provide. In the form, it has informed treatment consent, clients' rights, different types of program information, and different types of treatment information and contracts. The fee agreement, it also has emergency contacts. And under emergency contacts, it's for if the clients need help after the center has closed, there are specific hotlines and numbers and different resources that they're able to use. Some similarities or comparing my state, Michigan's rules and regulations with the ACA Code of Ethics and with the Clinton Counseling Center's informed consent form. A big common denominator was the importance of confidentiality. So the clients have a freedom and a right to choose when to enter into or remain in a counseling relationship program treatment. Another big similarity that I noticed was with counseling plans. So in ACA Code of Ethics, Code A1C, it talks about how counselors and clients work together to devise and make these plans. And that's something that specifically the Clinton Community Counselor Center's consent form talked about. So there was an area in the form that states that in all of the treatment and programs that they offer, the counselor will sit down with the client or clients and ask them what is benefiting them, what isn't, what do they like, what don't they like, what would they want to change, and then revise their plan and go from there. And that happens, I believe it's stated like 3 to 4 times depending on the length of their treatment or program. Some differences or contrasts that I noticed in the ACA Code of Ethics and in the Michigan, my state's rules and regulations, it talked and highlighted a lot about the responsibility we as counselors have with our clients and the care that we provide them. Now, in the consent form, there was no mention of specific counselors' responsibilities. It talked about what may the counselor do in specific treatment or programs, but not their responsibilities over the clients. The consent form highlighted more of the client's rights for the program and in their care. Another big difference I noticed that I thought was really interesting is that when reviewing the ACA Code of Ethics and Michigan Rules and Regulation, it can be very daunting, the description, the words, how they explain certain aspects of the programs or what things can provide. And if it's daunting for me, who is beginning her education and knows a little bit about counseling in the field, I can't imagine what it is for someone who has no background in it or a client who's maybe researching and understanding things. Now, in the Clinton Community Counseling Center's consent form, I thought it did an amazing job of breaking down or putting into layman's terms, one could say, what is happening with the clients, what happens in the programs, and kind of helps the clients understand it a little bit better. In an article that was published in the National Library of Medicine in 2019 by Holtford and Trashill, it talks about how informed consent needs to have specific components. So like duration of the treatment or the programs, the different costs that it could cost a client, potential benefits, risks, side effects, etc. And with all of those things, it's not only a counselor's duty to have, or it's not a legal duty, it's also a moral obligation or a moral duty, we could say. So with these consent forms, us as counselors are not only providing the legal aspect of it, but we're also providing respect for our clients. We're showing them that we are here to provide the best care for you, and we're going to do our best jobs at doing it. I look forward to everyone else's discussion.